I'm Dell. I'm a kind of newbie when it comes to longsword sparring and HEMA practice. And in this video, I'm going to be unboxing the SPES AP Light Plus 350N sparring jacket. I just want to say, I was not sure which jacket to get. The guidance I got from my club was to make sure to get one of the light ones. And I was kind of interested in the 800N, kind of the more sturdy version of this jacket, and I had read some reviews. It was much harder to find available. And I think it's interesting that that availability, for example, from Purpleheart Armoury, that jacket's only available as a custom item. However, they keep the AP Light Plus 350N in stock. And I figured, you know what? Why try to break the mold? Let's go with what's available and what is probably more popular as a kind of inferring here. And, you know, a note about the light jackets and the recommendation, heat-related illness is a real thing. And it's really easy to overheat, especially in warmer areas or warmer countries. I'm in the southeastern United States. We do have really hot summers here. You know, our club does have access. We do have a air-conditioned gym. Sometimes it gets warm in there, a little stuffy. So it's also a concern if you're at a competition space that doesn't have good airflow. It could get really hot. Aside from that, there's also the aspect of drying out the jacket. Whenever you have a jacket that is warmer and you're sweating more into it, and without as good airflow, it takes longer for that jacket to dry out and become not sweaty after you've used it. So those are some advantages of the light jackets as opposed to those heavier jackets. The jacket I bought is from Purpleheart Armoury, which is kind of the place to buy stuff in the United States, it seems like. Let's see what happens. By the way, I am 5'9". I'm 175 pounds. I got the medium based off the size chart. Let's see what's inside the box. All right, so I do actually have not just a jacket in this box, but some elbow guards. I would have bought the SPES ones from Purpleheart, but they were not in stock, so I got the Purpleheart Armoury branded economy elbow guards. I already have some gear. I have gloves, fetter, mask, head cover, gorget. But the jacket is something I hadn't gotten until now. All right, pretty standard stuff to find it in a plastic bag to protect it for shipping. Now, I've tried on one of the loaner jackets from my club, but it was pretty heavily used and was not really my size. It was too big. So, pretty stoked to have this jacket and get used to what it feels like and do some sparring in it. Oh, nice. Feeling the foam in these upper arm sections. Here's the blade catcher. The quilting looks really nice. This is a well-made jacket. All right, let's turn it over. Venting here on the back of the neck. Man, that spot gets sweaty. Looking at the back of the jacket. Now, really the back is just the material with no foam padding and an adjustment. All right, we're gonna open it up. And you see these are the, what else is in the box? These are the elbow guards. Huh, cool. We'll check those out too with little ties. So this jacket has a Velcro and zipper closure. It's kind of interesting. I normally am looking at other types of leather outerwear, namely leather jackets. And here we have the jacket open. Look at all that mesh. Let's breathe, baby. It's got a hanging tab here. I wonder, strikes me as the kind of thing that might very well fall apart easily under use. Here's the pocket access for the foam protector here on the sleeve. Is accessible right in here. And the ones on the body here. It's a Velcro closure. And there's the foam padding in there. I mean, those are the main features. Now, it seems like it's the foam padding all the way. Yeah, there's a huge foam padding piece that goes up the front. I think I had read in the non-plus ones, there was concern about that foam padding not covering high enough and people having clavicle exposure. And I guess that has been rectified by the plus. All right, let's see what the jacket looks like on. There's pollen everywhere here, by the way. All right, so here we have the jacket next to the body. I'm actually curious, I didn't actually look at the size tag, but there it does say medium on the tag. Let's see what it looks like going on. We'll find out if I have to move this mic. Normally I wear a hat when I'm using it to put on a jacket. Come on out of the way, friend. All right, so there we have the jacket on. Medium seems to be a good fit. A little snug across the shoulders and under the body, but plenty of room to move. And definitely space for a chest protector underneath, which would be the big concern. And yeah, it looks like we're ready to get some training done. Jacket, of course, being so new, needs to be broken in some, but nothing about it is uncomfortable. I have read and heard that with the 800N or some of the older, heavier styles and the Hussar and those, it can feel really restrictive at first. But really, this material in the middle is very easy to move in. And it's a warmish day. I think it's in the upper 60s right now, maybe 70 degrees Fahrenheit, and overcast currently. Quite comfortable. Feels great. Well, if you have any questions about how this jacket works or about sizing or anything like that, hit me up. And more to come. Have a good one.